so Mitch, what should loan officers expect in the months and the years ahead? I mean, we've had a big pivot and shift and increase in compliance. Is the big pivot behind us and it's going to be a bit flat line? It's going to loosen up? Is it going to tighten?
No, there's no big pivot behind us by any means. Coming up to January of 2014, we knew we had 7 major rules that were coming out, and so the big push was to get ready for those 7 rules. But we're here now, so what's going to happen with those particular rules? Enforcement, and stepped up enforcement actions, and we're already starting to see that. For the first couple of months, the CFPB wasn't really auditing or examining for compliance with the new rules because they wanted the industry to, in fact, get used to those rules and to learn how to comply with it. Well, they're auditing it for it now, and they're doing target investigations for it now as well. So you see a lot of stepped-up enforcement, and you're going to see a lot more of it as the years come on. There are also new rules that are constantly going to come through. I mean, Dodd-Frank required a number of rules that we still haven't seen. So we have a new proposed rule for HMDA. And when that rule gets finalized, you're going to see a lot of new categories that are going to have to be reported on the law itself. And compliance is going to be absolutely mandatory, and the penalties are going to be very stiff along those lines. We have the new integrated mortgage disclosure that's going to take the place of the GFE and the HUD-1 settlement statements, and going to combine in both on the front end and the back end the initial till and then the final till itself. And beyond that, we've got a couple more years of new rules that are headed our way, along with tight enforcement. There's no let-up in sight for this industry as it comes to compliance. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is the reality.
Well, the good news is doing things right, truly caring about your clients, giving great advice, doing it in a consistent and fair way. I mean, it's good for selling. So for the companies that are our customers, Ken Perry is a great compliance leader, and the concept of making sure that you have policies, making sure that they're reviewed, no better leader than Ken Perry in the Knowledge Coop, and Ken's a big fan of what we do, talking about how Mortgage Coach helps deliver a consistent experience. By the way, for folks that don't know it, Ken's got a big compliance event coming up. Make sure you check that out for creating policies. So, what I want to make sure Mortgage Coach leaders, are really clear on is that, whether you're delivering advice to a high-income rate shopper or a low-income, I'm just happy to get approved borrower, everybody needs to get the same experience. I mean, if you're on this call, you are either a mortgage coach or you're a friend of Mortgage Coach. And I'm always delivering, we know what to do, let's just make sure we do it with everybody. So this is a really important touch point. Every borrower gets it, and it's important that we deliver it, but how we are winning that loan, how we are quoting rates, first of all, a lot of loan officers are doing that with emails. They're doing that with we shout out rate quotes. And it's important that we leverage modern technology. So part of Mortgage Coach's vision is to bring the way you deliver that rate quote into an iPhone, into a desktop experience. So wherever the borrower gets it, they're getting this simple advice, and they're getting it in a way that's compliant, in a way that a lender can say, this is our policy, and this is how we review that policy.